So here we are, an evening and second part of day 3. I think the theme of the day has been quite consistent. Actually, the last and second meditation, a third meditation we did today, which was another 2 3 hour one, actually fairly long one, was very much like something that built on the second one that I had. Right off the bat, I pretty much went straight into that feeling of the sadness of separation. It's a separation from the divine, actually. I had this very keen feeling, like I talked about earlier, that I had been separated from source, from the source of creation, from God, if you like, for a long time. I feel like it's been more than one lifetime. Is literally have an intuitive sense of this being a very ancient separation. And outcome from that is a very strong and powerful and profound longing for this. And this longing caused me to bring up quite a lot of tears. And also, yeah, but I didn't feel like it was a kind of a depressive tears. It's actually very enlivening. It really widened my horizon and my vista from the outlook of an individual living a small life, concerned mostly just with my own feelings and what I'm getting out of this, to actually a sense of totality, like shifting from a tunnel vision to a kind of 360 view, panoramic view of life. If that makes sense? Like there's so much out there, yet I still haven't really. I know I still haven't got it. I'm not touching the divine, but suddenly there was the sense that it is out there. And in this third meditation, I just went right into that, and for some reason, very interestingly, this time it showed up very viscerally. So I had this like pain in this area in my solar plexus, which kept pulling me back as I was putting my intention and attention outward, tuning into the emptiness and nothingness, into I suppose, the singularity, right, of the universal truth. So a little bit of digression is we talk a lot today about how in singularity, in source, everything is vibrating at the very, very high frequency. So everything is unified, right? There's no duality of the fluctuating wave that creates, as the frequencies slow down further and further into the very slow moving frequency of matter. So all the way down, we have matter, and then as this frequency speeds up, it turns into thoughts, into sort of structure, but they are a lot more abstract, ephemeral structures. But as the frequency continue to raise, bring back to mind the relativity theory equation of E equal mc squares, right? Like when matter adopts the speeds of light or exceeds the speeds of light, it turns into pure energy. So that's just a bit of quantum mechanics, right? So when it hit that speed, all space and all time and matter and distinction disappears. And I feel like what's been pulling me back is the stuff that's been lowering my frequency, all this pain of separations, and on top of that, all the other stuff that I have laid on it from my, my life, my upbringing, etc. So all this like longing, like all the anxiety, all the fear, and all the all this unfulfilled longing and the pain has really been the stuff that's been kind of loaded on my shoulder, slowing me down. And I could feel in this solar plexus today that actually it was flaring as a kind of internal vulnerability. And I tuned into that, and I got a very clear insight today. A voice that was talking to me about how actually this has started when I was a baby. Really strangely, when I was a tiny, tiny baby, and how I wasn't tended to by my mother in the way that I needed to. And I had this moment of longing, I guess, of watching me in an alternative life getting doted on and really cherished and delighted on by a mother. And for some reason, that just brought up so much of that sense of, this is what I've missed, right? Like, and because of this, I haven't really learned that I was lovable since I was a very young age. Well, a lot else have happened, of course, but this is pretty much down to the crux of it. And also, I've also really, really sort of tuned into this fact that I've come from a long ancestral line of men who did not have mother who knew how to express love. So that was a pretty profound